Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening? Or should I ask, what is not happening? Better still, what is cooking? A while ago, when William Samoei Ruto had called for a press conference to address the nation, we were being shown a pending presser from the Azimio fraternity, and we had been made to understand that we were waiting for them. This is not a coincidence, because immediately after William Samoei Ruto read a speech and requested Raila Odinga to call off the demonstrations so that they can have a parliamentary amendments to solve certain issues to do with the IEBC. Just an hour later, Raila Odinga has led the Azimio fraternity to call off the tomorrow's demonstrations. If you looked at the countenances of Martha Karua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, and all the Azimio brigade that were with Raila Odinga, they look disturbed. They are not very happy. Let's speak the truth. And Raila indicates that they have only suspended the demonstrations pending certain issues, because he's saying that if the demands are not met, then they will call for the demonstrations because it is their right. Let us listen to what Raila was saying.
In view of the foregoing, we stand down our demonstrations for Monday, that is tomorrow, April 3rd, 2023. 6.
As we wait to do a comprehensive analysis on this, let us look at just 3 things. Raila Odinga has called off the demonstrations because of the international pressure. When Joe Biden spoke and a group of the international community called on William Ruto and Raila Odinga to tone down and have a workable solution, I knew this was coming. The AU chairman, Musa Faki, talked about a negotiated deal so that they can, for the sake of the people, to have peace and tranquility. The EU had spoken. I knew this was coming. And when that senator came here, it was to pile pressure on Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto. Ruto has swallowed humble pie, and they must stop, or should I say they have stopped chest thumping. I have a feeling that when Gachagua was speaking yesterday that there would be no any demonstrations, he either did not know that there were talks going on, or he knew, and that is why he was saying that there would not be any demonstrations. But let me go by thinking that he didn't know, because he said that the government would assert authority, that they will deal with the people who go there for demonstrations, and he said that those people who go there are robbers and robbery with violence. That is what he said. And he said that they were going to deal with them. It seems he did not know that the international community was piling pressure. There is another pressure from the religious community, business community, and both Raila Odinga and William Samoei Ruto were under a lot of pressure because we continue to lose lives, we continue to lose revenue, and this was becoming very unsustainable. They have just thumped for long, but finally they have realized that they cannot continue doing this. Raila Odinga, in his usual manner, has been reminded that he is a statesman, and I think he decided to give room for talks. My worry is one. There were several demands that Raila Odinga had given as their irreducible minimum. One of them being the cost of living that was high. And I've seen him there saying that we must go back to the subsidies. While William Ruto is saying that, because he had mentioned earlier that we cannot go on We cannot go back to the subsidies because it is unsustainable. Raila continues to maintain that we must go back to the subsidies. On the issue of the IEBC commissioners, Raila Odinga has accepted the approach by William Ruto that they are going to have a bipartisan or debate on parliament. My fear is this parliament is being controlled by William Ruto. What will Raila Odinga do? They had earlier said that they can't accept anything that comes from parliament. They wanted it to go to the referendums. Right now, he has accepted this. That's why I was asking, what is cooking? People had gone to the streets. They wanted to pile pressure until William Ruto vacates office. That was what was in the minds of Raila Odinga supporters. This is going to really attract sharp division within the Azimio fraternity. There are those who felt that Raila should have gone on because they wanted back their victory. But as it is, Raila is not going to get the victory, because what I can see now is a kind of negotiated democracy where they are going to ensure that they have the right people in the IEBC panel to look for 2027. That is what I see here. I don't know what you think. It is not about now getting the victory. There was the issue of opening the server. I don't see this coming out very properly. And that's why I'm saying that the kind of negotiations that have taken place is looking at 2027. There are those people, of course, who will say that we were losing revenue and lives, and therefore it was good for Raila Odinga to call off these demonstrations. Others will tell you that maybe his people were being targeted. Already his car had been targeted. You saw the journalists, how they were being targeted. And you saw Winnie Odinga's car. And you saw how they had started killing people anyhow. So some people will argue that it is because of these unnecessary targets and excessive use of force that has forced Raila Odinga to call off these demonstrations. But I personally believe that it couldn't have been a coincidence that William Ruto is calling for a press conference and Raila Odinga is waiting. Immediately he